Hi, I'm Mike Schneider. I'm one of the senior producers on Disney Infinity here at Comic-Con, and we're going to walk Katrina through our game. We're going to do a play set at first, start out with, I believe, The Incredibles, right? And I'm just going to kind of run you through and show you what to do and what's all in the play set. So as you see, like right now, we only have the toy box on the menu. That's because we don't have our play set piece on. And this gives you access to the different play sets. So once I put that on the base, then it'll check it and tell you what you can then access with that playset piece. So each playset has its individual playset piece, and then the starter pack, since it has 3 playsets, has all 3 of them on that one. So why don't you hit Incredibles there, select a new game, and we'll just start at the start. So each playset kind of has like a unique story to it that's true to the property, and sort of a lot of unique mechanics that are individual to that playset. And then of course, across the game, there's a lot of common mechanics that are reused. You know, like controls, attacks are in the same place, so you get used to the controls in one play set, and then you're able to sort of jump into the other ones pretty easily. Now, The Incredibles, sort of the emphasis is a lot of the superhero abilities, you know, the combat. Each Incredible has different attacks and defenses. Like we got Mrs. Incredible on there right now. She's got her elasticity, so she'll be able to stretch around and spin around and do like an AoE attack. She also has like a ranged slap attack that she can do. And then of course Mr. Incredible, being strong, he's got a lot of melee attacks and like a big ground pound that he can do to knock people off, you know, at range. Dash, of course, is super fast, so he attacks really fast and is kind of unrelenting in his speed. He also can zip through the world and knock enemies over and kind of defeat them that way. Violet, if you recall from the film, has her energy globe that she uses to defend herself, so we have that as her block, but then we also have it so she can launch those at enemies, so she has like a ranged sort of an energy pulse attack. And we also allow players to play as Syndrome. You know, we feel like kids a lot of times, you know, play in ways that, you know, maybe don't always adhere to the rules of a franchise or, you know, that kind of thing. They like to play as the bad guys, so we give them that freedom in the play sets. And each of the playsets has their bad guy, like, you know, Davy Jones for Pirates, Syndrome for Incredibles. And it actually kind of creates some funny situations where Syndrome will be talking to himself and it's kind of like threatening himself or talking about how great he is and how he's going to defeat himself. But, you know, sort of wanted to keep things true to the property. So you can play as any of those characters in this playset. Same thing with the other ones. You know, you'll play as the Pirates in the Pirates playset and the Monsters in the Monsters playset. And then, of course, toy box is where everything comes together and you can mash it all up with any character you want. So right now, basically what's happened is Syndrome has freed these 3 arch criminals, and you're, as the player, you're tasked with finding them and defeating them and putting them back in jail. So right now you're kind of going through the beginning of the set where we teach you some of the basics, you know, like jumping, attacking. We, you know, have some prompts that pop up, so hit the Y button to smash that, and it puts out the fire, and then you can kind of keep going. And each of the play sets has these common mechanics with, you know, locations of attacks and jumps. And a couple other things that are common throughout all the play sets is you can customize the population. So if you go back to the right, yeah, you'll follow through there. That's okay. Come back and then go to the screen right here and grab that red capsule. And so that's a piece that will then allow you to customize the look of some of those little guys that are running around. And that's kind of one of the things that you can do to all the playsets is you can customize the population. Then each playset also has its unique customize element. So for this one, you eventually get to the NSA base and you can customize the locations of the buildings and the appearance of the buildings and sort of make your own base and have your kind of personal stamp on the playset that way. Pirates, for example, its unique customization element is once you've unlocked your ship, you can customize the appearance of that, anything from the sails to the hull to the stern and the deck. And you know, those are sort of varied throughout the different play sets. So, you know, there's the train and Lone Ranger, and you know, the Monsters U has Frat Row. You can individualize each of the frat houses. So we'll kind of pop through. Got a big fight up ahead there. Got to do a double jump to grab on there, and then, yeah, jump back up to the top, jump across there. There you go. So you may have noticed as you're smashing up those crates, you're getting like some coins and some sparks. The sparks are basically our equivalent to experience. As you level up, you'll see it pop up there, and at certain levels you'll earn spins, and certain missions will also award you with spins. And what those are is when you're in the toy box, there's something called the Disney Infinity Vault, and that's basically like a toy slot machine. And when you earn spins, you are able to spin that, and it'll spit out a toy that then you can use in the toy box. So that's one of the ways that you kind of build up your toy box collection. And then the other way is as you're progressing through missions, you'll unlock items. And then once you have the coins, the currency to buy them, you can go to the in-game toy store and buy that item, and then you'll use it. A lot of times you'll use it in different missions in the playset, but then it also becomes available in your toy box. So as you're playing through the playsets, you're always expanding your toy box collection. Once you defeat this guy, there'll be a little blurb advancing the story, but I wanted to have you actually go back a little bit up to the top of that boat. Once you you can go ahead and get rid of that guy. And yeah, you can pick up the townspeople and throw them. There you go. So yeah, you get a little mission celebration, and then it advances. So yeah, pop up to the boat over there. No, go across. It'll do a little dialogue here. Can't really hear it, but she's sort of speaking through the lines there, telling you the next step in the story. So yeah, back out of that, and then head back over there. So you might notice there's a little chest on top of that. And that's kind of one of the ways that we reward people for having other figures. So if you go up to that and you don't have Syndrome, whose picture is on there, it'll play a video and sort of show you what Syndrome can do and what he's all about in game. So you get a little video that sort of introduces the character. Now if you do have Syndrome, then you can actually unlock that chest and you'll get a reward for your toy box. So it's kind of an incentive for people to kind of check out the different figures, and a reward for people who have them all. And you can change out figures anytime too. Even if you're in the middle of a fight, you can swap in another character. So this is the in-game toy store. Right now, part of your mission is actually to go in there and buy your Incredibles car. So you'll pop in, and you should have enough currency, and then you can buy it and it'll deliver it. There's other things there that you can also eventually unlock, like the Incredibles helicopter or the hoverboard. And once you've unlocked them, once you buy them, you can use them, like I said, in the playset, and then they also go into the toy box as well, and then any character can use them. So you're in sort of the first area of the Incredibles, and there's actually 3 pretty massive areas that eventually open up into this huge open world that then you can kind of go through the whole thing either with your vehicle, your car, your Incredibles copter, or the hoverboard. And there'll be missions that have you kind of racing through the world. I mentioned there's like a whole set of story missions. There's also a number of side missions that you can do for experience and money. And then there's also challenges, and those are usually time-based activities. Some of them are character-based, some of them are vehicle-based, like there'll be a race in the car, so you have to have the car and go through the challenge with the car. There'll be one using the helicopter. So it's sort of a way to kind of vary up the gameplay using all the different mechanics and items that are in the playset.